Hey readers, it is Wolf Girl here, and today I have for you guys the Authortube newbie tag. I recently found this little knit community, so I'm super excited to do this video for you guys. We'll jump right on into it. So the first question is, how did you find out about Authortube? And then give a shout out to Books and Looks. They commented in my BookTube newbie tag and let me know about this whole little community here, so I'm super excited. I went to their channel, checked out some of their videos. I do like them, they're interesting, so you guys might want to head over, check them out. I will leave a link in the description if I can. I do everything from my phone, and I am not the most tech savvy, so I can't guarantee I'm going to get the link to work, but it's Books and Looks. I like their videos, they're really good, so give them a shout out, check them out. And then we'll move right on in. So the next one is number 2. What genres do you like to write in? I love fantasy, paranormal, that's just what I enjoy. Vampires, werewolves, witches, anything, wizards, it doesn't matter, that's what I like. But I am recently trying to do more of a murder mystery type thing, and I'm trying really hard to keep all that fantasy element out of that book particular, and I am currently working on a dystopian style book. It does have some elements of fantasy, but not enough to take over the whole thing, so. But mainly fantasy, supernatural, some romance. So that's what I write in. Number 3. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category? Typically my writing tense is past tense. I do like trying to do present, but it's more difficult for me, I think. I definitely find myself writing in past tense a lot. Point of view is first person. I just enjoy that point of view. But I do like that omniscient presence in books where the reader knows more than the character does, and that way you can just holler and scream at them when they're doing something that you know is stupid, but the character doesn't. So I try to book my young adult book that I'm writing is in third person. So then as far as category goes, I do have some young adult that I write. I have one that's definitely more young adult, and then I have one that is, I don't know, probably a little younger than that. So, but those are the only, mainly I write adult, and because some of the parts in my books are not child friendly by any means. So yeah, most of my stuff is adult. And then number 4 is, are you a plotter, pantser, or plancer? I am a plotter, hardcore. And then number 5, are you self-published, published, or yet to be published? I am still yet to be published. I am sending out query letters and, all that to agents and publishers, but I am going to self-publish, so I'm on my way. I'm trying to get there. Number 6 is, what publishing company, lead agent, or print company do you use? If you are not published, what is your dream publishing house? Mine would be HarperCollins. I watched some videos for this tag, and there's a lot of people that say that too, but I do enjoy their genres, and I like all the offshoots that they have, so if it does happen, by any chance, by any stretch of the imagination, there will be some big party video on here and just to celebrate. So, fingers crossed, guys. Number 7 is, what Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? And since I am going to be going to self-publishing, I am taking that route. I'm hoping to upload a lot of videos of hints or tips or anything like that, if I find this made it really hard or this made it really easy to do, I'm hoping to share that with you guys, so you guys can learn from my mistakes and hopefully don't make the same ones. So I hope that's the case, and it's not hopefully too many mistakes, but it probably will be. So hopefully you guys can learn from what I do. Number 8 is, when did you start writing? I started writing really young, but I really got down into the nitty-gritty, this is what I want to do, when I was about 14, wrote my first story, and I've just kind of gone from there. It's grown for sure. And number 9 is, what was the first story you ever wrote? And that was when I was 14, and it's actually the one that I am in the second round of editing for. I have kind of continued it. I definitely have changed it a lot as my vocabulary grew, and just my writing ability in general. I've had to go back through fix grammar issues and spelling and all this stuff. I mean, I wrote it when I was really young, and I changed the overall story several times, and then it was last year that I just went through and scrapped the whole manuscript and started over. Now, surprisingly, my characters, their names and tone and the voice for them, it's actually stayed the same. I was really surprised in that when I started rewriting it. My main character is still a witch. She was elemental. Now she's more of the spells and witch potions, the witchcraft style, and the first one, I traveled to Ireland when I was in college, and I loved the scenery and I loved the atmosphere, and so I'd had it kind of based on a trip to Ireland, and then now though it is set in Ohio for some ungodly unknown reason, who knows, and she's meeting all these people. There's vampires and shifters and werewolves and all these things, and it ends up in fairy. It's going to be a duology, so it's changed a lot. It's in no way, shape, or form where it really originally started, but I am still working on it, so it is something that I want to publish, so which would be really super cool. So, number 10 is what authors have inspired your writing the most. When I was younger, obviously Tolkien and Edgar Allan Poe. I love some of the classics, and then most recently is Rochelle Mead and Karen Marie Moning. I like Rochelle's tempo in her writing. I just think she has a beautiful way of speeding you up and slowing you down when you need to slow down to take in information, or speed up when there's an action scene. So I just enjoy her writing a lot. Karen Marie Moning, I really, really, really love her ability to weave in different types of hints, and she can throw in all these different plots and mysteries and tie it all in just so beautifully at the end of her book. And when you figure out what's going on, you're like, I should have known that. Oh my gosh, I knew that. So I just think that's really cool. I try to implement some of those skills into my own writing, just because I just think it's really neat to keep the reader interested in that way. Number 11 is, do you schedule your writing or simply write whenever you can? I write whenever I can. Some days I write nothing. I should write every day. Some days I don't. Some days I write like 7,000 words and I kill myself. So it just really depends on what I have going on that day and where my inspiration's at. Number 12 is, do you type on a computer typewriter or by hand? Do you blend the two, and where in general do you write? A long time ago, I tried on a typewriter. I love the way typewriters sound. I love everything about them. But for efficiency purposes, it's just not practical for me. I'm not fast enough. My brain moves so much faster than what I write or type. But I do a lot by hand. It's kind of crazy. Like a lot. The second novel that I just finished like last month, it might have been 2 months ago. I think it was 2 months ago. I just finished. It's Fae by Moonlight, and it follows a fairy princess from the Dark Court through the Winter Court and the Summer Court and all this other stuff. So it's really, I wrote the entire thing by hand. The entire novel is by hand. So I have to type the entire thing up, which is going to kill me. But I have done that before because I feel that for me personally, like when I go to retype it, it does take longer to get it in the format and to get it uploaded and all that stuff. But I get to kind of start my first round of editing while I'm doing that. So like if I don't have enough, a description for my environment, I can add that in. Or if I feel like the information is lacking or doesn't make sense, I catch that when I'm writing, when I'm typing it up. So it does take a little longer, but I do think that it helps me in my editing process overall. And so yeah, it's kind of odd. I actually have a bag that I made, and I was a True Blood obsessed fangirl status for True Blood. So I made this bag. I photoshopped the pictures, and I keep all of my writing in this bag. I have like folders on top of folders for each story that I'm writing. So yes. And I find it easy to keep track of everything if I just keep it organized, I keep it separate, and then anything like that, it just hits me. I write something down on a piece of paper, I slip it in that folder. When I go to work on that story, I just pull that folder out, and I have all my information right there in front of me. And where I write is, I typically write in my bed. I write a lot in my bed. I do like going to like coffee houses, and I love to people watch. I only get to go like a couple times a year, but I actually have a couple characters from a coffee house I was sitting in a few years ago, and just the way they were acting, and I was just sitting here jotting information down, and it might be a little creepy to some people, but hey, it's what works for me. And then, so we moving on. To the final question is number 13, and it is, what are you most looking forward to now that you are part of Authortube? It's kind of a two-part answer. The first one is maybe a little selfish. I'm super stoked to be able to talk about my writing and just get the word out there about it, because I know my close-knit circle is probably really tired of hearing about it. So it's going to be nice to get some feedback and just express my ideas and share what I'm working on. And then the next part is, I am so excited to be able to share with you guys like the processes that I'm going through give you guys some helpful hints. And then also, you know, if you guys have done something that I'm currently doing or that I haven't done and you've had like great success, or it's just been an epic flop, you know, to be able to share that experience and just network and be able to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So I'm really excited about this community. I hope it takes off. I'm very happy to be a part of it, and, you know, to really get those writers out there and, you know, have a good way of sharing what you're working on and, you know, what's worked for you guys. So yeah, that is all the questions for the Authortube newbie tag. And again, thank you Books and Looks for letting me know about it. And so yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys. So thank you for watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys want to see more, and keep reading and keep writing.